Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. There we go. Just trying to fix that light to making my face so bright then discolored every week. Um, so, how's everybody doing? We're getting right into Young and the Restless because today's going to be just an hour today. So we're going to hit off Young and the Restless for the next 15 minutes. And hey, Sharon, does anybody have any Young and the Restless questions or comments about what's going on? Bold and Beautiful took the #1 spot for a week. And that was the first time in history that Young and the Restless was #2. So we know that the stories aren't what the fans want. And I think CBS got to know this show isn't doing what the fans want them to do. So we got, but now that people are quarantined and stuck at home, I guess they tuned in to Young and the Restless that they haven't seen in a while, and the ratings went back up for everybody. All four soaps ratings went up. Hello, Sheree. Hope everyone knew from my announcement last week that we will be starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Okay, too blessed for stress. So far, I haven't seen anybody want to talk about Young and the Restless. So is this going to be a short 15 minutes? How does everybody feel about Phyllis and Nick together again? Oh, Tracy. I doubt it. I doubt it. They may get a few scenes together, but from what I'm reading, the triangle is going to be Nate, Billy, Amanda, and I guess maybe Lily's a part of that. Yeah, I really wish they would do something to fix the show. I think Phyllis is finally fixed. She's actually watchable now. I'm fine with Phyllis and Nick. Abby and Chance works my last nerve because they're so boring. Hello, Deanne Nagel. Um, I've been losing my voice like clockwork, so that's why I ended abruptly last weekend because my voice was just about to just be gone. So I was like, let me grab my chloroseptic in case I needed a few sprays. And then I just knew I couldn't talk. So I just like, good night, everybody. And then I was out. Okay. Yeah, they finally found something for Phyllis to do, which is seduce Nick. But I don't think she has a real plot yet, other than, trying to get a relationship with Nick. Sharon, they're just getting started. Well, Elena's off camera screwing Devon, so I know you hate that even more. And in real life, too. I mean, Nick and Sharon wouldn't be worse than Ray and Sharon They took the character of Ray and took all of his personality out and made him just literally the help. He just helped Sharon. That's his job on the show, helping Sharon. We'll see. I kind of feel like at this point she's genuinely interested in him because he's only supposed to be in charge temporarily. Thank you, Sheree. Adam wants to take Victor down, but the tables are going to get turned according to all the spoilers. There's something that Adam missed about the story about, Victor. So something's supposed to turn his world upside down. I don't know if they're going to pin him on his mother or what's going on. We'll find out what's going on with Victor being investigated whenever the twist comes in. It should be coming in the next couple of days because now that Adam has the information to use against Victor, he's ready to use it. No, Tracy, I gotta disagree. I think that it's not Elena that makes Devon boring. It's the writers of the show that don't know how to write Elena. They don't know how to write Devon. Take Elena out the equation and just think about this. Devon had this huge storyline where Colin stole $2 billion from him, and he was the only person who wasn't actively seeking the money. And he was on the sidelines the whole time. Amanda comes to town looking like Hillary, and he barely has scenes with her. All of that is very, very bad writing. And, I can't blame Elena because she's just an actress trying to hang in there with a job. So it's not her fault that he's writing for her. I didn't watch the Day Ahead episode because for some reason YouTube, when I see those episodes, they've been so hard to find, and then they're trying to not get the copyright infringement, so the pictures are moving all over the place, and it just ain't been worth it. Like, and the show's not exciting, so waiting to see what happens next has become a lot easier. And it was also getting harder to find those episodes. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what's going to turn. But I mean, she was blind, right? So how do blind women kill a guy? I don't get it. Hey, Melissa, how are you? We're talking about Young and the Restless, and I have not watched the April Fool's Days of Our Lives episodes because I just got to be in the mood to watch fake episodes because it doesn't push the story forward at all. So I wasn't. I would. I'll watch it, by the end of the week, but I wasn't in a rush. But so far, I've seen everyone say they enjoyed it. Elena's boring as heck. Hope killed the man, and Victor covered it up. Now, this would be the craziest one. This did cross my mind, but it would rewrite so much history if Adam turns out not to be Victor's son. I think that would make so many fans upset and angry that they would have to rewrite it that he is his son. I think that if they did that, if Josh went there, like they just did with Jack not being an Abbott and it turned out to be an Abbott, that would be some of the worst writing, period. What was bad? Yes, but in order to get back to old Devon, you got to get back to better writing. I haven't seen that yet. You're welcome, Rosemary. Right now, we're just talking about Young the Restless, and we'll be talking about it for 5 more minutes, and then we're going straight to Bold and Beautiful. See, that's what I was thinking. I think Alyssa will turn out to be a sister. That's my thoughts, but we'll see. What Josh came up with. Trisha Rogers spoke with woman Gloria he worked with that either did casting, writing, directing, was to avoid off-camera scenes. Scenes should happen for audience. Yes, that was my main complaint in my previous videos, where they would send Amanda to court for Nate, and then we wouldn't actually get to see it happen. Or Abby goes and pretends to be Phyllis at the bank, and then we don't get to see it happen. So, it's just been bad writing and directing all the way around, and the ratings show it. That's possible. That is possible. Hey, Gwen. Now, here's my problem, and part of the reason why I didn't watch it yet is because I've been waiting for Sheila to return for a long time, only to find out it's for an April Fool's Day joke. I've been waiting. Well, I've been wanting Leo to come back to shake up Will and Sonny, and Xander, but it's an April Fool's joke, and one of my all-time favorite characters on Days of Our Lives from when I began watching it was Daniel. And when Daniel got killed, I did not understand why that happened. Just send him out of town. Don't kill him. But, because Daniel was killed off, I don't think he's a candidate for Dr. Rolf scenario, but, I miss Daniel, and then here they go bringing Daniel back for a joke. So, yeah, it's a bittersweet watch because they're bringing back characters I want to see regular. That's what I'm missing. Like Young and the Restless, I really would like to see the previews for the next episode. I've never seen Days of Our Lives do it, but that would be great. And Bold and Beautiful, there used to be a preview of the episodes for Bold and Beautiful on YouTube. It was a 2-minute preview of what's going to happen in the next episode. And then one day that site got shut down. That person's got shut down, and I haven't seen it since. In General Hospital, at least they're still doing it, but they missed a couple of times lately. So I hope they're not. I definitely hope they don't mess with the parentage. I'm fine with them adding a kid. That definitely would screw with Nick and Victoria. And Abby will once again be, oh no, I'm even further down the ladder. Yes, days will be last of the discussion, but since it's only an hour today, Days of Our Lives, we'll start talking about Days of Our Lives at 9:45. Each show is getting 15 minutes, and we have 1 more minute, and then we're switching to Bold and Beautiful. So it won't take as long for us to get to Days of Our Lives. So I keep seeing y'all say that, but I haven't seen one spoiler from a site that I feel is reputable say that. It wouldn't make sense for Amanda to have Billy Baby. It wouldn't make sense for Amanda to be pregnant at all for any reason because she just got to the show and you want to tie her down with a baby. Now I can understand if she had an affair with Devon and got pregnant and replaced that Hillary baby that died. But other than that, there's no reason for her character to be pregnant at this time. If it does happen, It's just bad writing. Thank you, Georgia. Yes, everyone, please hit that like button. We currently have 41 people in the room, and we have, I can't see, 18 likes. So just about half. Hello, Cheryl. Thank you, big brother. Christy, thank you. Please hit the like button. The longest 5 minutes ever. All right, it's 8:15. We're moving on to Bold and Beautiful. So I've got the longest 5 minutes ever. So I have a question from Willie Binge. Let me ask you something. When younger fans binge watch soaps operas from the beginning, doubtful. Especially some of these soaps started black and white. You know, when younger people have the option of Netflix and all these other different places to binge current stuff. I mean, that's why certain stations have faded away. That's why Soap Network couldn't maintain itself, because it, skews older fans, and they weren't bringing in younger viewers to watch their shows. Even when they put Beverly Hills 90210 and shows like that on there, it still wasn't attracting the fans that advertisers want. So it's easy to think about the older shows as, for older fans, they're great. They get to see actors that are gone. They get to revisit plots that's gone. But the new viewers won't necessarily care as much. And then you got to keep in mind that they have older storylines that whenever this stuff ends and life gets back to normal, so they're going to cut it off. So when they cut it off, it's like you're going to show old shows, and then you won't get to see the ending of it because there's no other way to find out what happened other than going to Wikipedia. So no, I don't think younger fans will binge watch the soap operas. Older fans may do it, but younger fans no. And you got to remember, a lot of those shows were different times, different eras. The clothes, the way people acted and talked, everything was different. Flashback Friday that's General Hospital. We're supposed to be on Bold and Beautiful. So please put some Bold and Beautiful questions out there, because Bold and Beautiful only has 12 minutes left. So, but I will say Flashback Friday is going to be the day I skip General Hospital. I have no interest in seeing those shows. I just don't. Even during the holidays when they show the older shows, I'm like, I can skip it. Now I can watch other stuff I missed. Yes, he was. So, okay, we got Glenn, when we're getting there, I'm still looking for Bold and Beautiful questions. Once again, it's about money. Because older fans aren't considered the most desirable demographic for advertising, they can't generate enough money to warrant them putting out older shows. Period. It's about money. It's not about nostalgia. It's not about whether the shows were good. It's about how much advertising dollars will they make by putting this out there, and who's going to be watching if they put it on the streaming service. Okay, Scott, I know you got a flow question. Good Lord. So can we congratulate the writer who Flo and Shauna Fulton? We're going to see them for years. Well, we're not going to see Denise Richards for years and years to come. She's already said, she's with the show now, but she's already looking at other projects, movies, things like that. That's never a good sign for actors. Even the actress who plays Flo, who's done like 2 movies since she's been on Bold and Beautiful, that's not a good sign that the actor is like comfortable and they're just ready to chill and be on the show for a few years. Those are signs when usually you see actors are ready to go and they're looking for new opportunities. So as much as you love Flo, homegirl don't want to waste her youth youth on Bold and Beautiful. She wants to get out there and do movies and possibly like Hunter King, you know, trying to do the ABC show. So these young actresses and actors, they want Demi Moore be the next Demi Moore or you know Anne Heche or any of the actors that made it big. Just use soap operas for you know a quick minute and then got out there and became a movie star. You know, especially if they're on the software, they could end. Um, Now, I haven't seen any spoilers that says anything like that. I've seen sites that I don't trust that have been saying different things about what will happen between Eric and Quinn. I saw one that said that you know Eric was going to get with a certain person, not Brooke, and I was like, I don't even believe that. So we've really got to wait and see for more spoilers to come out to really get into Eric and Quinn because they didn't even show them after the wedding. And John McCook has been talking about retirement. So yes, it's there somewhere. I don't know what you're using. There's always the thumbs up like button to click on. It's a part of the program, but I'm not sure where you can find it based on your device. Well, Georgia Thomas, in my opinion, is getting a well-deserved break. That actor was working nonstop in almost every single episode for at least 6 months, if not longer. So they have clearly given Thomas, Liam, Hope, well, we've seen Steffi, a break. And I think they need it. I think they need it. But I'm sure Thomas will come back pretty soon. I'm sure Thomas will come back pretty soon. I think I've seen this question out of sequence. You're either talking about credits at the end of what's going to happen in the next episode, or you're talking about showing old episodes, which I've already said in my videos and on this video. The reason why I state they're not jumping at chomping at the bit to put on old shows. It's more about who's going to watch them, not whether they're good or not. Well, I was gonna say, Cheryl, thankfully all the soaps go online. So yeah, all soaps go online. So I know a lot of people that send me messages saying they haven't seen her in the hospital, they haven't seen Bold and Beautiful. You know, there's just news interruptions or they haven't seen the shows in weeks because of their stations are only talking about, you know, what's going on. See, Tracy, I was trying not to say it. One of those fake, fictitious sites that likes to post bad spoilers said Donna and Eric, and I did not believe it. I won't believe it until I either see it or a reputable site co-signs it. But that it was posted on a site that is not reputable. Okay, Thomas, like I said, Thomas is being given a break. I'm sure it won't be for long. Well, that's what I was saying in my other video. There's supposed to be some sort of twist. And all Ridge has to do is sign the divorce papers and he can get divorced. And I'm like, why are they sending Ridge and Sean out to Vegas instead of developing their relationship in LA? The only reason I would think that Ridge would follow Shauna to Vegas is if they're going to get married. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. We'll see. Oh, I love Quinn, and I think that Quinn, I've been getting all sorts of life off of Quinn. She has been sort of like the audience with all her looks and smiles and gasps and and everything, all the trouble she's starting and watching. And thankfully, Eric didn't take her to task when she admitted she was the one that took the video. Um, hmm. Me, none. They have 3 years of Bold and Beautiful on, I think it's like 3 or 5 years on CBS All Access. And bottom line is, it even shows the old Hope. I don't care about those episodes. I'm more interested in what we got going on now. But I don't care. I know other fans will have more opinions on exactly what classic episodes they like to see, but I get tired of the flashbacks. Brooke and the Balloon, even got tired of Quinn and Eric when they, were wherever they were, when they were out of town, all that. Just help hurry up and move the current storylines along until you can. And as I said, once they start showing old episodes, I won't be watching. That's not for me. Like I said, Eric, I need more information from reputable sites and sources before I know what Eric is happening with Eric and Quinn. So far, Eric isn't doing anything with Quinn. Quinn is running around town, letting Brooke know, ha ha ha, look what I did. Getting Ridge to leave and all that kind of stuff. So we haven't seen a scene with Quinn and Eric by themselves, and I haven't seen in any upcoming spoilers of Eric and Quinn by themselves. General Hospital was good in the 90s, and yes, some of the 80s with the Luke and Laura stuff. I remember it all because I'm an ABC soap fan. Now, I think that when it comes to old episodes, and I'll just say this since we keep talking about the older episodes, is there's only a few soaps that I would watch from the beginning. Again, Sunset Beach, Passions, Generations, that's it. Those I would watch from the beginning because I don't feel like they're too. I watched them all from the beginning, like episode 1 of those shows is when I started watching, and I wouldn't mind watching those and kind of know how they ended and show like Passion for all the magic and stuff like that. I mean, it's like watching all episodes of Dark Shadows, and Generations. Billed as the first, black soap opera. It was not a black soap opera. That was just a half-hour show. But for me, my faves, All My Children Will Like to Live, I wouldn't watch them from the beginning. I may watch them from maybe the 90s forward, not even the 80s, but from the 90s forward, back when soaps were in their heyday, yeah, that's when I'd watch All My Children Will Like to Live. but I wasn't as big of a fan of General Hospital as I was All My Children, One Life to Live, Loving, The City. And I don't even know if I'd watch Loving from the beginning, but I would watch Loving from later episodes, and I'd watch City. I can watch City from beginning to end because it was such a short show. But I wouldn't want to watch Bold and Beautiful from the beginning. No. So okay. So because we were on that, if I see a Bold and Beautiful or General Hospital question, I'll take either one. Because we spent so much time on old shows. So Rich isn't going to leave Shauna. I'm really interested in who Brooke will target next. Will Brooke fall back into the arms of Bill? Which is what I hope. But I would really hate for Brooke to go after Eric, which is more likely than Donna. I'm good with Sally's deception. Some of the spoilers I've seen coming up, I'm not fans of, like Flo going to see Sally's doctor and questioning her, and I'm like, it's doctor-patient confidentiality. Don't these writers know about that? You know, I'm fortunate to hear in Baltimore they don't do that. Only time we get interrupted is if it's the president. Well, Ron Moss isn't on the show. So why would there be Ron Moss information? But no, I haven't seen anything about Stephanie getting a new story. Oh, you mean, oh, I got you. You're still talking about old episodes. You would like to see old episodes with the OG Stephanie, not Steffi, the OG Sally in Original Ridge. Gotcha. When I like Shauna, but Ridge is all over the place. I just don't trust him. They don't need to let him go back to Brooke. I think this Ridge and Brooke is boring. They don't have the same chemistry. And I think that a lot of people still like the idea of Ridge and Brooke together, no matter what the actor is. But when it just comes down to chemistry, he has more chemistry with Denise Richards than he does with Brooke. Well, at least she's not dead. Although they said her story is going to turn deadly, which made me mad. So hopefully her not dying wasn't a fake out. Hey, Caroline. So let's get these General Hospital questions in. You don't feel sorry for Katie because she took him back when she knew what he was capable of? Got it. Well, I'm sure that will be towards the end of that storyline. They'll end up in a cat fight. Hopefully it'll be like General Hospital. Right. Well, if a character stays alone, they don't have a storyline. So I prefer him with Shauna. So let's develop that since they actually have chemistry. Well, I mean, I've seen medicine commercials, not necessarily just for older folks, but because the shows do skew older, there may be some commercials slide through for older folks. But for the most part, I'm telling you why soaps are dying, and it's because they can't make the money they want to. And soaps cost a lot of money to make, especially with actors that have been on forever, because they're in a union. They have to be paid a minimum of a specific amount. So they can't just like drop them down just to suit their budget. And that's why we don't on Bold and Beautiful, we don't get to see everybody because they have a specific budget and this is what they're budgeted for, these few actors. So we want more actors, but in order to do that, these shows would have to make more money, which means they would need younger viewers. And that's why they're always trying to attract younger viewers. He deserves it. Now, let me kind of screen ahead. Um, uh, so this is, okay, you're probably talking about Quinn, but I'm trying to find some, oh no. You really want to take General Hospital back to the 60s? Really? No, thank you. You really want to make sure I don't watch. Um, um, all right, we're still on Bold and Beautiful. But I'm glad you're welcome to talk amongst yourselves about any other subjects amongst yourselves, even if we switch topics. Now, I'll say with General Hospital, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the adventures that Luke, Laura, Felicia, and Mac, people like that went Frisco that they went on. But I would want to see the whole storyline. You can actually take away all the other stuff happening in the soaps. Don't need that. If they could just give me specific storylines and not necessarily the whole episode, I would watch that more than I would watch them just showing me old episodes. Because part of the reason why even shows I love, I wouldn't want to see old episodes because sometimes you just start missing the actors and start remembering how good certain characters were and compared to the crap we got now. And it ruins my enjoyment of the show when I start thinking about all these other characters. Like Brenda. I love Brenda on General Hospital. But do I really want to be missing her? Hey, Honey Smile 320. Hey, Sarah. I'm trying to get some. I have no General Hospital questions. Right now, we're on General Hospital. I've kind of scanned through everybody. Y'all talked about a few different things. I know some folks are late to the party, but I did say that until we're no longer quarantined, I would do the show at 8 o'clock. Normally, I wouldn't just do an hour, but today I have to do an hour. So we're wrapping at 9. And we start Days of Our Lives questions at 8:45. So we've got 7 more minutes of General Hospital. Oh, I see Britt. Thank you. So I don't think Laura needs Luke. I think Laura just needs a better scene partner. Laura has had some amazing scenes with Curtis, even though I wouldn't want them to go there. But Laura has had some amazing scenes with Curtis. She has some great scenes with Ryan. Kevin is written very boring. I think that what Laura really needs is an adventure partner. That's what she's missing. Laura needs the Cassadines to come messing with her again. That's what Laura needs. Now, Luke and Laura, Jeannie Francis, don't like each other in real life. So that chemistry they used to have went right out the window. That's why she was so excited to revisit their rape, where she could really tear into him for the first time. And yeah, they don't like each other. That's why his true love became Tracy, not Laura. Or else they would have kept going back to Laura. I thought that too. But when they said she saw them having sex in New York, I was like, that's it. I thought y'all were about to actually make Neil interesting. He's actually looking like he's up to something, but I'm ready for Neil to go. I love me some Julian and Alexis. And I would love a Julian, Alexis, and Britt triangle. That would be interesting. Neil is boring. Neil is like Kevin. They're both psychiatrists on the show, and they're both written like, you know, paint drying. Oh, we're all bold and beautiful. Dev is gone. I don't know how long he's gone. I realized that something was going on with Dev when they switched things up, and he was no longer interested in Jocelyn, and then he wasn't hanging out as that Four Musketeers stuff, and then he wanted to go to boarding school. Yeah, yeah, I knew something was up with Dev. I don't know if they're going to recast. I don't know if he's out doing another project, but I know that, or if he did something he wasn't supposed to do, but they just made Dev disappear. Well, they have thousands of episodes that they're not going to put out there if they can't make money. That's why I'm still waiting for 227 to be put on DVD or Blu-ray. Well, it's probably be DVD because, you know, people are dealing with rights and different things behind the scenes. And oh man, you know, look how long it took for Batman from the 60s to come out. You know, like 3, 4 years ago. After all that time, and so it comes down to money. The answer to most of your questions is money. If they're not going to put on a streaming service, if they don't think they're going to make money on that streaming service, you know, there won't be enough people watching. So, and it's going to have to be more than diehard fans to make it worth their while. That's why they don't put all those episodes out there. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate you. Sarah, it gives me writers a fresh start. Omar, yes, they need it. Here we go. Phoenix, hope you're doing great. Thank you. I hope everyone is safe, quarantined, and helping us get rid of this epidemic. Thank you, Gwen. I agree. But I love Jordan and Curtis. So that's why I said, don't go there. For a minute, I was like, are they trying to put Laura and Curtis together? That was her go-to dude. So I was like, wait a minute. You know, and I only like Kevin when he's Ryan. So thank you, Brittany. Same to you. Thank you, Melissa. Same, and I hope you're feeling better. Oh yeah, they already said in my spoiler review that they refer to Charlotte as a mini Helena, which now we see her tripping Jax today in today's episode, you know, trying to hurt him and stuff. And they said it's supposed to get worse. So yeah, that's she's going crazy. Actually, they treated him like Judy from Family Matters. He went upstairs one day and we ain't seen him since. Well, you got to send the link. Yes. Now I got the theme song in my head. There's no place like home. When your family's around you, you're never alone. So, yeah, we've been saying this. Dev is MIA. Yeah, yeah. Gladys disappeared on us too, but I knew she was always a temporary character. But how did y'all like Brando today playing with Avery and Carly coming in looking like she was getting a little wet. I was like, Carly, you know what you want. You want Brando. Point blank period. You know, all he's got to do is take his shirt off, and then she's going to start thinking about cheating again. Yeah, Laura just needs better writing. Yeah, I wanted more Tracy, but also wanted a better storyline for Tracy. Hey, Jenny, we're actually have wrapped up General Hospital. I'm still taking some General Hospital questions. Today's only from 8 to 9. So this last 15 minutes, I'll give it a little extra time, is going to be a combination of General Hospital and Days of Our Lives, since we didn't get a lot of General Hospital questions in. um, oh, I was thinking you were saying something dirty. I'm sorry, Kathy. You're saying I am chicken, afraid to go out. For some reason, I thought of the other word for chicken. I was like, wait, doesn't make any sense. So, and I don't drink, so this is water. So I'm this is just me on the regular. If Nina dumped you like she did Valentin, would you let her have it? No, honestly. Um, I'd be in my feelings a little bit, but I think Valentine is still letting her with Charlotte because that still gives Valentine access to Nina, and that's still he's still got his foot in the door with Charlotte. He's got the foot in the door, and he's hoping that, like he said today, he's hoping Nina does something that Jax won't like, and he'll be a hypocrite. That is nice to hear, Melissa. Okay, Memorious. Hey, we're not coming back to Bold and Beautiful. General Hospital or Days of Our Lives questions. Well, technically, I've never seen If Loving You Is Wrong. I've been watching Ruthless, and I'll be doing next year. Well, in the fall when Have and Have Nots come back, I'll do a review of Have and Have Nots. I'm currently doing reviews of Ruthless. I'm about to start doing reviews of The Oval. It comes back in May, but I'm going to do a 12-episode catch up and do mini reviews for The Oval, which is on BET Plus now. And Sisters, I can't watch 21 episodes in a row. I haven't thought about just watching last episodes and reviewing that. But let me know what you thought about If Loving You Is Wrong. I started to watch the first episode and the acting was so bad. I said, I'm already watching Have and Have Nots. I can't do it. I can't give you 2 shows with badass acting. So, but glad you enjoyed. This is the last season. So if it wasn't the last season, since I'm giving Tyler Perry a try again, since this isn't the last season, this is the last season, I won't watch If Loving You Is Wrong. However, if it wasn't the last season, I'd give it a try. She can be. Oh, the thing is, Nina still loves Valentine. Nobody ever loves Jax for long. Once they get over him being, good looking and get a few rolls in the hay, they usually start looking back at Sonny or somebody. I remember Lauren Holly's name, but I can't picture who the actress, or character is. Yes, yes, I put that video out, and the baby switch storyline is technically not done. You still got had a fallout, but we now know that Eric learns on Monday and Sarah learns on Friday, and then we know we got like at least 2 weeks of denial and falling out, and Kristen getting her baby back. So yeah, so Kristen should be getting her baby back next week. Woohoo! Well, week after next. Yeah, Franco and Liz are struggling, but they should not be because all her baby daddies got money, and she should be in child support for all them kids she got. And you know, Jason got big money, so technically Liz shouldn't be struggling. We'll see. Me too. Like I said, Daniel was one of my favorite characters, and I actually like Daniel with Kristen. Well, at the time it was Eileen Davidson, but they were very good together, and so was him and Nicole. Peacock TV is going to be NBC's new streaming service. They're going to have Days of Our Lives on it, and they're going to have like it's not going to come on the same day. It's going to be like next day episodes of Days of Our Lives, and we have no idea how many older episodes they're going to put Days of Our Lives on Peacock TV. We just know that it's going to be on it, but on CBS All Access, Bold and Beautiful only goes back like 3 years. So I don't think they're going to put the entire history of Days of Our Lives on the streaming service, but we'll see. See, you throwing that C word out there again. You trying to start stuff now. And you know what's funny, Cherie? I actually don't like that word. I actually prefer the other word, the nickname for Richard. Well, we've got a few weeks of Gabby thinking she's seeing Stefan, but it will be in May. Probably, I'm even guessing that Friday, May 1st, that we actually see our first real sign of Stefan in that biker garage. You know, when it comes to Mike and Dina, Mike on General Hospital and Dina on Young and Restless, every time they seem to be like in a sort of like the final throes of Alzheimer's, then they come back and start remembering stuff and come back to cognition. And I'm like, I thought y'all was winding this down. I don't want the actors to lose their job, but how long can you stretch this out? You should never gave them Alzheimer's if you want to keep them on the show indefinitely. Um, right now, all that's up in the air. We know Cyrus will get out of jail. And what happens to TJ? I don't think they're gonna kill him. I think that him and Molly's gonna get married after this, and then they won't be on the show as usual. But so once again, off topic, but Saints and Sinners. I love Saints and Sinners. It's on Bounce TV. You can go to bouncetv.com to watch all 3 or 4 seasons of Saints and Sinners for free. You don't need a streaming service. I don't think they even put commercials in there because they just want people to get hooked on the show. So Saints and Sinners is a primetime soap opera that's a black primetime soap opera that uses lots of classic dynasty type storylines, so or in classic daytime type storylines from like the 90s. So it's very good. It's very good. It's modern, but I recognize those tropes and appreciate them. Oh, they already showed the flashback. Um, they already showed the flashback where Bobby um, shredded the consent form, and Monica fist bumped her, saying "Grandma's gotta stick together." So yeah, they know all about what's happening, and they're annoyed that now wouldn't let the kid have the surgery. Okay, people keep asking me to watch Cherish the Day. I will watch Cherish the Day. I will even review Cherish the Day. But I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have so much on my plate. But I just wasn't sure if Cherish the Day was my kind of show. But I will give it a try. That is a good point, Cheryl. If she had the heart attack and she um, went into a coma or something, but didn't need a heart transplant, but they're talking about in May, Stefan coming back and um, Shin knowing about it and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm actually starting to think that maybe we were wrong and it's not a dream, but because they're only dealing with time jump stories and they haven't created any new stories, either they're dragging the time story stuff out to the very end, or the time jump ends in June maybe. I don't know, but I'm starting to wonder if I was wrong about the dream stuff. But it's still on track to potentially be a dream because once a person's storylines have concluded, they really don't go back to them or give them anything new. But yeah, well, that's what I just talked about. The way these spoilers are, which has gone into May and June, it really feels like they're continuing where they left off, not necessarily. Now, I know that there was some sporting event coming up where Days of Our Lives was supposed to have a 2-week break. Maybe it was the Olympics, I don't know. But Days of Our Lives was supposed to have a 2-week break, and now they're not going to do that. They're supposed to have a major cliffhanger. So I'm thinking maybe that major cliffhanger that they were going to have was actually the end of the time jump storyline. And when we came back 2 weeks later, we learned it was a dream. But y'all can, if y'all know in the comments, you can let me know. Or when I do my next Days of Our Lives commentary, you can put it there. But I forgot what event that was going to kick Days of Our Lives off for 2 weeks. But I think when the time jump ends, most likely that's when it would have been. Jax is boring. He needs better writing and he needs a purpose. He doesn't really have a purpose on the show. He might as well stay on Bold and Beautiful if you want to be on a show with no purpose. Oh, you mean commentary on the April Fools only? No, when I do my next spoiler review and commentary for Days of Our Lives, I'm going to address the entire week, which will include the April Fool's Day episode. Because remember, my commentary is always about the prior week. The spoilers are for the next week, and the commentary is about what happened, the prior week. And that happens on Halloween too. I think the actors have a good time filming the Halloween episodes too. You don't have to think of it. I'm telling you, I've been saying that in the schools for a while, that reliable sites have said once Sarah finds out that, because remember, Sarah doesn't just find out that her baby's dead, she now finds out that her mother killed her baby. So Sarah has an end. The man she was about to marry switched her dead baby. So yeah, Sarah's doing nervous breakdown. We have Rex coming back to the show. Um, 1 second. I'm back. See, that's why I said this was gonna be a short show because I knew that sinus congestion was gonna start kicking in. It affects my voice. Not a order, but I think I can make to 9:05 without having to take medicine and stuff. So I'm gonna go straight to the end, and whatever questions coming now. Good night, Sarah. Whatever questions coming now. Um, I'm ready. But you're saying hi, Gwen. Um, no, they actually have to do surgery on Steve. Um, because I think Kayla's going to do the surgery on Steve without Dr. Rolfe. Don't quote me on it, but that's kind of what the spoilers hinted. Because something's supposed to go wrong with Steve's surgery. I saw a spoiler a long time ago that said that Sarah might kidnap the baby. Susie, what was your question, your comment? You said I skipped it. So if you put it in now, I'll see it. Because I scrolled down from when I had to go and take care of sinuses. You don't want to see that on camera, trust me. Sure, I'm not a time jump. So we got Herman. Thanks, Phoenix. You're welcome, Herman. Solidarity. I missed Corey. Who's Corey? Who's Corey Kenshin? Huh? I'm confused. SUVs? But they could have more content than Days of Our Lives. They're also going to have full seasons of other shows from multiple seasons. 15,000 hours isn't actually a lot of time. Can you imagine? Days of Our Lives have been on what, 30, 40 years, something like that. Like they're on 45th anniversary, I think, somewhere around there. Did they make it to their 50th? Like, but I'm saying close to 50 years of programming is way more than 15,000 hours of television. When you got other programming, it's Peacock TV isn't the Days of Our Lives channel. It's a whole streaming service. I mean, they've been bringing back Punky Brewster new episodes and stuff like that, which means I'm sure they're gonna have the old Punky Brewster seasons on. You know, they're doing fresh content, and like all the other ones, they get the rights for a lot of old content and put the old content on there. But 15,000 hours, really isn't a lot of hours when you're talking about 40 years of content. Is way more than 15,000 hours. Just saying. You've also got to remember there's other stuff on the streaming service. So China Doll, I skipped your question. How did I skip your question? Let me see. Let me go back. I see Buckley's will knock that off. You can buy it on Amazon. I don't know what Buckley's is. Are you saying, is that a cold medicine or something? So, and I also see the Latinx that is on a cream of the first New Wives Club. I haven't seen the first Wives Club yet, but that's on my list of things to watch since I have BET Plus. And if you're watching BET Plus, I recommend Bigger. That's the show I actually got BET Plus for. So let me scroll down. Oh, cough medicine. Thank you, China Doll. I will check on Amazon's and check out Buckley's. I've never heard of it. Okay, thank you, Big Brother. They're past their 50th. So, Willie, 50 years of content. Remember, they're on 5 days a week. 50 years of content is way more than 15,000 hours. That might even answer your question of will they put all of Days of Our Lives on Peacock TV? They can't if they only got 15,000 hours of content. So, okay, so it's on my list because I'm a fan of Jill Scott, but I will be watching it. I started watching the first episode when I first got BET Plus, but it didn't hold my interest. I was like 15 minutes in, and I said I would get back to it, and then I didn't. Actually, I didn't like that. Christy, I don't like Anna. I'm trying to like Anna, but her acting is just, it's not good. I like Tony, but if them going back to Paris or whatever means that I don't have to deal with any of this bad acting, bye Tony. Although I prefer Andre. Gouging his eye out, that was so graphic. The pictures that I saw online, it was a little graphic. But you're getting patch back. You saw that in the spring preview. Okay. Thank you, China. I will give that a try. I would have to look that up. 7,000 hours for 50 years of content seems like, and I don't think they would dedicate half of their programming to old episodes of Days of Our Lives. I know you want it really bad because I've seen you post it many, many times, but even if 50 years of Days of Our Lives is only 7,000 hours of content, and they actually only have, they're only starting with 15,000 hours of content, I wouldn't hold my breath for the entire run of Days of Our Lives to the present. Can somebody please explain to me how that little shoe knocked out that bodyguard? Let's start there. How was she able to knock out a bodyguard with a shoe? It doesn't seem realistic to me. If it's a dream, cool. But if it's real, if this isn't a dream, that big guy should have turned around and grabbed her or something. Oh, I miss Susan. Susan, I'm about to say Eileen Davidson. Um, can't believe I forgot her name. But the new Kristen, Stacey Haydock. Stacey Haydock does an awesome Susan. It would have been nice to see Susan again. Um, I don't know who I would give back Best Actor and Actress to, because I would really have to sit back and think about all the things that happened over the past year and storylines I forgot. I probably would have to do some research to really decide what actor would deserve it this year. Because there's a lot of people who deserve it, but mm, I don't know. That would take a lot more thinking from me. Yeah, thank you, Christy. But I want to go back to Gwen, and I just want to say to Gwen, since I can't think of who I would give Best Actress and Actor to, I'll put it out to the group. What person would y'all want to give Best Actor and Actress to? Kayla's going back to Steve. Once Steve is Steve again, she may protest a little bit. Justin has already started saying, if I had a chance to get back with Adrian, I would. So, yeah. You know, I have nothing against them putting the entire run of Days of Our Lives on their streaming service. I just know that it's highly unlikely, which is why I just don't want to get your hopes up. Because when we also know that Peacock TV's probably been pushed back too. It may be even HBO Max. So it's going to be even longer to get the answer of what they're going to put on there. But if they did, I know you'd be happy. But odds are. So Big Brother would give Freddie Smith the Best Actor? I don't know. I don't know. He had like one good scene this year. So he only had one good scene when he was hollering at Maggie. That's like don't he actually was acting. I ain't seen him actually do acting in years. 9 times out of 10 she will. Yeah, it was sharp and pointed, but I don't think that did he get a heel to the back of the neck, or was it the other side of the shoe he got to the back of the head? I think the way things are going, you might get your wish, because I feel like showing the very first episode, General Hospital, is one of the things they probably have lined up to do because of the nostalgia. You also think Freddie Smith could get Best Actor? I'm sure there's a lot of other actors out there that I think I enjoyed more than Freddie. I just got to really think about it. Hell, I would give Thomas Best Actor from Bold and Beautiful. Unless you're talking strictly on Days of Our Lives, okay, but I think Thomas from Bold and Beautiful would get the Emmy, in my opinion. Um, and I would love for Marina Sofer to get a supporting actress. The way she's been playing Quinn has been delightful. so, so I'll go on record saying Best Supporting Actress would be Marina Sofer, and Best Actor would be I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Thomas. Um, I think Best Actress possibly would go to Camilla Bannis, because for a while there, she was holding up the entire show. But you're right. Stacey Haydock has been holding up the other half of the show. So yeah, yeah. But also Lamar West from General Hospital, and you know she deserved one. Um, Deserved it instead of Steffi last year. It was the heel. Then he should have like been bludgeoned to death. The way the heel went in Steve's eye, it probably would have punctured him right in the back of the neck, hit the spine. Thank you, Sheree. I will see you next time. Yeah, I guess Gabby and Camilla and Stacy, they really did hold up the entire show between Kristen and her mask and was that this year? But it's pretty much the Kristen show half the time. And until Stefan died, it was really, I mean, this last wedding with Eli, it was the Gabby show. So, well, Hope doesn't have a son named RJ, but Brooke does. And he went off to college or something. Good night, Melissa. And so I'll see you next week. Now, Anna has gained a lot of weight, but I wasn't watching when she was originally on the show, when she was skinnier. I've seen pictures, but I don't know if her acting was just as bad then as it is now. Y'all would have to let me know about that. Oh, you mean her weight? That's what I'm saying. If she hit him with the heel to the back of the head with her budgeting, that's more like a horror movie move, like bludgeoning them to death. Oh, don't say that. She actually did a pretty good job this year. I'm sure y'all other Days of Lives fans agree that Julie wasn't the worst person on the show. It would be Anna. Anna's acting is the worst acting on the show. No, he died, and they've left him dead. And the problem is, the only way Bo would come back to the show is if they found a brand new actor to play him, and that's not what the fans want. See, I'm losing my voice again. Um, but when she had to fake her heart attack, it was awful. But when she was having those real heart attacks, she was good. Oh, honestly, I didn't know she had a son named RJ. Only kids I know since I've been watching the show that Hope has is Sierra and Sean. Those are the only two kids I've seen since the show. So Christy, China Doll, um, those are questions that I think y'all can answer. I know Hope had a kid that died. I don't know if that was RJ. I know, and I'm thinking about all. I watch all four shows, so in my head, I don't just pick like some of the sub family watch specific shows, but some people left because some don't watch Days, and we're talking about Days now. But but yeah, out of all four shows, I have to think about the acting across the board. Thank you for joining us. We're really winding down because I'm not feeling well today, but but I'm trying to hang in there a little bit longer. Although my voice is getting scratchy. I didn't think so. Um, Unfortunately, for Days of Our Lives, Lonnie would be the worst actress. Lonnie needed some help. I've been saying for probably a year, I wish she would take some time to take some acting lessons because whenever she has a dramatic moment, she always misses the mark. Even at Wedding, she missed the mark. Yeah, but if I had to do across the board for worst actresses, it would be a tie between Lonnie and Flo from Bold and Beautiful. Julie had one bad scene and y'all holding it against her. I complained about the fake heart attack too, but who came back as a ghost already? Stefan will return. They're saying he doesn't have memory and he's working in a bike shop. That's what the spoilers are saying. So when you're in Days of Our Lives and you don't have memory, it's usually Dr. Rolf did something. So, that's the go-to answer when you want people back from the dead. 2 words, Dr. Rolf. Yes, he's returning in May alive with no memory. I don't know who Zach is. That's what I was saying, that Brooke has a son named RJ, but they're saying that Hope from Days of Our Lives have a son named RJ. And the only RJ I know is Brooke's son on Bold and Beautiful. But if this whole Dr. Shin story is correct, Shin's story is correct, and he doesn't have any memories, which is why he doesn't go right back to Gabby, then it's still part of the dream storyline. My favorite show currently, it changes almost on a daily basis based on who's on. But my favorite show right now would probably be Days of Our Lives. But Bold and Beautiful has been doing a good job lately with this latest reveal. And General Hospital has been good, but it hasn't been as good as this was before. And the one I just hate is Young and Restless. That's just torture to watch right now. You can't say someone's the worst actress for that wig. Mm. Maybe more West. Oh, best actor. Um, there's a few, so I have to really think about it. Maurice Bernard has been doing a good job again. Um, there's a lot of really good actors on General Hospital. Good night, Christy. Yes, and this is the ultimate social distancing. Flo is horrible. um, that's why it says the top is between her and Lonnie. They can't act emotions. No, Gabby is seeing him, but from what I read, when they finally find him, he is going to have no memory of who he was. So yeah, um, he will have that Dr. Rolf doesn't have memory, don't know how anything happened type syndrome. Yeah, I just remember him dying in the snow. I don't remember the him coming back in a dream. I don't know how they're going to do it. I just know that when the fans lost their minds, they had to figure out a way to bring him back, period. Because they broke up a super couple they didn't know was a super couple, which was Gabby and Stefan. It looks like Rolf saved Stefan. Oh, hopes of the son is Zach. Oh, I didn't know she had another kid. Only since I've been watching for the last, what, 5, 6 years, they've only shown Sean and Sierra. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I knew Hope had a baby that died, so that was Zach. So I don't know who RJ is. So let me get a couple more in. We've got El De Cristoforo. De Cristoforo. De Cristoforo. Um, Kelly Monaco, the worst actress, whisper drives me crazy. She's looking puffy lately. She's finally started speaking up. Oh, did not know that. I just felt like she was speaking softly because she didn't want to be there. But now she's acting like she wants to be on the show again. Oh. So, um, so y'all can continue to talk in the comment section. I'm gonna get me some medicine so I can, which is gonna be NyQuil, and drink lots of water. And I want to thank everybody for coming on. Um, this questions, the comments should still be up for a while, so you're welcome to finish the comments. But thank you for everyone for coming in. I enjoyed this session. I thought it was only going to be an hour, but it's now an hour and a half. Actually, an hour and 40 minutes. And I really appreciate everybody for joining me and coming weekly. And thank you for watching. Have a good one. I will see you in the spoilers.